Hey everyone, happy Thanksgiving. Hope everybody enjoyed a nice day yesterday. As you can see behind me, we are ready for Christmas at this house already. I always put my tree up the day after Thanksgiving, and hopefully it'll stay up given that I have a new kitten in the house. So I have a 4-day weekend, and that usually means that I take a hike. Um, it was kind of wasn't kind of, it was crappy today. So I took my walk around the neighborhood, decorated the house, cleaned up a little bit. But I'm planning to go up north tomorrow. And I wanted to take this opportunity in light of some, sorry, Sunday, a young woman went up to the White Mountains to finish off her New Hampshire 48. She was going to hike Franconia Ridge. Now we are in shoulder season, and she was not prepared. She was a skilled 3-season hiker. She had no clue what she was getting into with shoulder season and winter conditions. She had a minimal pack. She had probably exercise pants, is what they call it. I bet they were leggings. And rumor has it she had thermals on. She had no headlight. She had minimal food. And she didn't make it. Her name was Emily, and she was 19. She was turning 20 on Wednesday, but she will forever be a teenager and forever be a part of the White Mountains. So, given that, I thought I'd take this opportunity to just go over a few things for my shoulder season pack. This is what has worked for me, will continue to work for me. It might not work for you, but this is what works for me and my body and how I know myself. I'm not gonna go over everything and show you every little piece of gear. I carry my tent. I carry, my flex poles to set up my tent if I need to. I carry a sleeping bag. I carry my sleeping pad. I carry my first aid kit, which is fully stocked with Band-Aids and, all of the things that I need. What I am going to go over is clothing and a few extra things that I take with me. Now, for clothing, I dress warmly, obviously. I wear my sports bra, of course. I have a thermal top. This is by Icebreaker. That keeps me fairly warm. I have thermal bottoms. These are from REI. They're their name brand base layer. I've had these for a couple of years now. They're still good. They keep me nice and warm. Sometimes they keep me too warm. Now tomorrow is going to be 38, so I may or may not wear the bottoms. I'm going to wear the top, but I'm on the fence about the bottoms. I wear leggings, but the difference with my leggings is they are fleece lined, so they're extra thick. I wear them when I'm out walking around the neighborhood. I wear them hiking. When I'm moving and generating energy, they keep me super warm. And again, it's going to be 38 tomorrow, so I may just wear these, or I may add the thermal underwear to them as well. I'm going to be wearing my Patagonia Better sweater. It's a little bit thicker than any of the fleece that I have. Plus the thermal top should keep me nice and warm. I love this thing. I could wear it all winter long and keep nice and warm. I have gloves, of course. These are the Outdoor Research. They're like technical gloves in that they have, little pads so that I can work my phone. They've got some grips on them too. They are wool and they are super warm. I've had these for a couple of years as well. Still good, work well for me. Socks. I double up on my socks in shoulder season And in the wintertime, I still wear Injinji toe socks. These are trail weighted, so they are a little bit thicker than the liners. They're just like hiking socks, but they've got the toes on them, so you can watch out for blisters. On top of those, I have a heavyweight Darn Tough that I'm going to be wearing on top of them as well, because my feet do get extra cold. I like to double up on those things. Hats, I have my choice. I can go hardcore with the Outdoor Research down beanie if I feel like I need it. There is going to be a wind chill tomorrow. I also have my Columbia Omni Heat beanie as well, which is what I usually start out in. This one will go in my pack in case I need it, in case this one gets wet. Whatever happens, I have a backup system. I have my fleece-lined buff. This is stronger than a regular buff. It's got the fleece lining in it. It keeps my neck nice and warm and keeps the snow out. Now, outer shells. I have a choice. I can wear my Torrid. This is by Enlightened Equipment. It's the Torrid Zip Up. It is super warm. I may or may not wear it. I don't know. It will be in my pack if I need it. Or I can also go with my trusty old Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer. This is a little bit lighter than the Torrid. So I'll probably stow this one, you know, it stows in its own pocket kind of thing. So I'll have both of these with me. So if one gets wet, I have another one. And depending upon how the temperature is with the wind chill, I can choose between the two. But I, will be starting out in just the Patagonia Better sweater and my leggings. I always start cold. That way, I'm not sweating through all of my layers and getting myself into a really bad situation. Now, that's my clothing. That's what I'll be wearing. In the pack, I have an extra clothing bag. This is in case I get in a jam, okay? I always have this stuff with me. It's a lot lighter in the spring and the summer, but I've recently switched it over. I carry an extra pair of heavy duty, these are mittens. When your hands get cold, you put them in the mittens and you can warm your fingers up. I'll also use these for open summits and things like that, just for a little bit of extra warmth. Here's the other one. I do have a hood. So for instance, if I wear the Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer, it doesn't have a hood. I can pull this out if the wind chill is too much. I'm not going to put it on now because it's a pain in the neck to get into a little bit, but I will duck into tree line and put it on so that I have a hood and I have some extra protection. I will even wear this over my hat if I need to keep my ears and everything warm. I have an extra buff. This is also a shoulder season weight. It's a little bit thicker than the normal cloth buffs. It's got a little bit of insulation to it. The name of the game is to keep warm in these shoulder seasons. I have extra socks, and let's see, I have a towel in case I need it, because goodness knows everything can get wet, and my dog can get wet too, so you can towel off. And I also carry, these are fleece lined socks, or actually they're just plain fleece socks. Super warm. Fall nights in a tent, I will sleep in them to keep my feet super warm. If I was to get into a jam, again, I would change into as much as I could to keep dry and then get in my sleeping bag, but I would put these on and probably my other extra pair of socks to warm myself up, to not get hypothermic, because the name of the game is to stay alive until either rescue comes or you can self-rescue and get yourself out of there. So that is clothing and extra clothing. I also have a raincoat. Why do I have a raincoat? It's going to be snowing. Well, it can also double as a wind layer because it blocks the wind out because it's pretty well solid, you know. No rain can get in, no wind can get in. That means I can stay warm. I have also worn this over either my Torrid or my Ghost Whisperer to keep me extra warm on those summits. Because that is the name of the game. Staying warm, staying alive, and having a good hike. Let's see. Getting into some other things. The dog has her own coat. This is a Kurgo insulated coat. It's quilted, it's reversible, and even though she's a double-coated dog, we go into some pretty cold temperatures, and she needs a little bit extra. She hates wearing it, but she will if she needs to, because I'll make her. Boots. These are my heavy-duty. They go almost up to my knees. They are Oboz Bridgers. These are 400 grams insulation. This is the highest insulation that you can get in a boot. It is going to keep your feet super warm. And you're going to thank me for it, because when you're out in the whites hiking, this is what you need. They always recommend 400 gram insulation. So when you're looking at boots, they don't have to be like super tall like mine are. But that's 400 gram of insulation is what is necessary. And your feet will be nice and warm. Micro spikes. I wear Hill Sounds. You've seen them. You've seen the red ones. I like these because they're a darker color, you know. But the Hill Sounds also have bigger teeth to them. Let me see if I can get it like that. The Catula micro spikes have a shorter tooth, so I prefer these to really dig into those icy trails in the White Mountains. So I will have these with me as well because I know it's going to be icy up there. So that's going to help me stay upright. What else is going to help me? Food. I carry my food bag with me, and in that food bag is an extra like day to a day and a half of food, along with my stove, along with my filter. I carry essentially my full pack with me just to make sure I'm going to be safe. You know, I have the food, but I also have an extra bunch of coffee for hot liquids. I have some Gatorade Zero for cold liquids. I probably have some electrolytes in here as well, just to keep me going. You don't need to carry like a full 4-day resupply. Just have enough for like a day and a half, you know. I have some breakfast in here as well. And I will pack other food that I will be eating throughout the day, but I do not touch this. This is for an emergency only. And it stays in there. I have other food that I pack on top of my pack so I can reach it easily. And then I have my fanny pack that I fill with snacks and things for the dog. Water. Water freezes when it's cold out. Did you know that? Yes, it does. So I carry an insulated, it's just an insulated cozy for my Nalgene bottle. I switched to these because they're a little bit more sturdy. I'll fill one of these up and carry it with me because I really actually don't drink a lot of water in the wintertime. I don't really like to stop. So I just go and I do it and I, drink at the summit. And I share this with my dog, but my dog also eats the snow. So we're pretty well hydrated, but I have this with me just in case, and then I have another one that I keep in the car for the ride home. So we're pretty well taken care of. But one thing about this, when it's below zero or, below freezing, I should say, you're going to want to put, let me do this back up. You're going to want to put it in upside down. Why do you want to put it in upside down? Because water freezes. So it freezes from the top down. So you want the bottom to freeze before the top. Otherwise, you're not going to get anything out of it. So you do that in the winter time. and in shoulder season when it's cold. Because those wind chills, even though it's going to be 38 tomorrow, it's going to probably be, I don't know, close to maybe even 0. So you don't want your water to freeze because you want to stay hydrated, because you want to keep going. I, of course, have my Garmin InReach as well. Do not rely solely on this. This will get you in contact with your rescuers if you need it. You need to have the knowledge up here to survive and wait for them. So that's why I carry my full pack. That's why I carry all this extra clothing, why I carry extra food, because if I'm in a jam, I'm gonna have to keep going until they get to me. That is provided I can't self-rescue. So I have this, I can contact people, I can keep in contact with people, give them status updates and whatnot. So this will be fully charged and ready to go in the morning as well. Now, finally on my feet, and I'm on the fence about this too, because I haven't seen any reports of where I want to go tomorrow. I have snowshoes. These are a must in the whites. It might be a little bit early for them. I'm reading a lot of, people are just wearing spikes and whatnot. But these are my snowshoes. I've had them, I think about 5 or 6 years now. They are Tubbs brand. They are the Flex VRTs. That's backwards. But they've got the grip. Okay, that's the crampon for them. They've got, they're good. And for me, for my arthritis, they've got the BOA bindings, which are way easier than those straps, those pullover straps, because all I got to do is put my foot in, tighten this down, and I can go. I really don't know if I'm going to need them, but they will be in the car in case I do. It'll be like a guessing game when I get to the trailhead. So, we'll see what happens. But that is what I take for a day hike to get me up to the top and back down again. And goodness knows anything is possible, but we'll see what happens. So that is what's in my pack. If you give me a couple of minutes, I'm going to gather my food together, and I will see you in the kitchen, and I will go over that as well. Okay, here we are. We're in the kitchen. Again, this is for a day hike. So in addition to that emergency food, I'm going to have some bars. I got a Builder bar. I love these One bars. This one is coconut almond, which tastes really good. But then I also have this one as my favorite, maple glazed donut. Gluten-free, low sugar, perfect. So I'll have 3 bars with me. I will have some cheese as well. I will cut this up and put it in a little Ziploc bag for myself and the dog to have. I will have Slim Jims tomorrow, so that will keep us going. I'm not going to take all of these. I'll probably take, there's 26. I'll probably take about 8 or 10 of them. Because whatever doesn't get eaten on the trail gets eaten on the way home. I'll have the extra bacon jerky as well, just because I like it. The dog will have all of her usual treats. She's got some salmon and butternut treats that she likes, so she'll have some of those. She'll have her favorite Newman's Own that she eats on trail. I picked up some chicken treats to give her as well because she's suddenly liking chicken. So the dog will have all the treats in the world, and I'll have some of her kibble as well. I usually just take a scoop just in case, because you never know. Again, we might get stuck, so she'll have a scoop of kibble as well. And then she'll have her greenie. This is her reward for when we get back to the car. And she'll take her Flex hip and joint chews in the morning, as well as her extra omega-3s. Those she gets every morning without fail. And I'll have some extras in the pack as well, just in case everything gets unpacked when I get home. Excuse me. Oof. Then also in a thermos, wrapped in another like single fleece sock, because I think the other one got a hole in it, I will have a super hot thermos of tomato soup. I love tomato soup and cheese on a cold hike. This happens to be Kettle and Fire bone broth tomato soup, so it's kind of a little extra. It's got 240 calories total for the whole thing, and I will have it, if not on the summit, on the way home. Like I said, sometimes I just hike and then I just hike it and get back and then I eat everything. But sometimes I do eat along the way. It depends on the conditions and what the trail is like. So, yep, heading out to the White Mountains tomorrow. I believe I'm going to hike Mount Cube by way of the Appalachian Trail. And yeah, I'm hoping for a good day. You know, we're going to get packed up and we'll see you all on trail in the morning. All right? Take care.